Amos, and today I'd like to show you how I dehydrate vegetables, especially for backpacker meals. It really helps, I find, to have shredded vegetables, especially yellow squash, zucchini, carrots. And what I like to do is I'll shred them first and then dehydrate them and add them in with my protein and my starch and have them ready to hydrate that way. And I'll show you how that works. You can certainly shred your veggies by hand with a box grater like this, or a nice time saver is if you have a food processor available. There's typically an attachment for that, like a cheese grater attachment. And I find that that is a really nice time saver, especially if you're doing a large quantity. As you'll see, these vegetables all lose a lot of water, lose a lot of volume, in fact. So I like to do larger batches for that reason. And once your vegetables are done being shredded, you just take them and spread them out over your parchment paper or screen-lined trays. And we just try to go for an even layer, not too thick. The thicker the layer, the longer the drying time. Great, so now we have all of our vegetables shredded up and on trays, and now it's time to stack them up. The more trays that you have, the longer it's going to take to dehydrate, of course. I put the lid on, and once the trays are stacked up, I just adjust the food dehydrator to 135 degrees and plug in the dehydrator, and I let it do its thing for at least a few hours. I'll let it go before I check on it, and if it's dry and crisp, it's done. And if it's still kind of soft and there's certainly some water still contained within, then I'll let it keep going, and I'll demonstrate what that looks like later on. Even if I let it go overnight, it's really not such an issue if it gets too dry, like some other things that are more sensitive, like fruit and proteins. So I'll come back and check on it here in a few hours. Okay, so I let my 6 trays of veggies go overnight, and now let's check on them. See how they're doing, if they're dry enough or if they need more time. It's pretty easy to tell, actually, which ones are still soft and wet and which trays are not. This one is ready, so I'll pull that off. And then this one also, nice and dry and brittle. That's how I know it's ready. This other tray of yellow squash that's been shredded and dried. Now there's still a soft spot right here that I can tell needs more time, so I'm going to leave that one going. Now I did come and rotate these trays a couple times in the last 10-12 hours. And the carrots here are also ready to go. And the zucchini still needs a little more time. I can tell here that it's still wet. So with that, I'm going to leave these 2 trays that aren't ready yet until they're as dry as these ones. That's how I dehydrate vegetables.